What if I told you that America may have been discovered centuries before Columbus? That ancient Germanic warriors once stopped the mighty Roman Empire dead in its tracks. And that a brutal war lasting 30 years reshaped Europe forever? Today, we journey through two of the most fascinating civilizations in human history, the fierce seafaring Vikings, and the battle-hardened Germanic tribes. This is the epic story of Leif Erikson, Norse mythology, Arminius the Liberator, and the 30 Years' War. Who were the Vikings? The Vikings weren't just savage raiders from the north. They were explorers, shipbuilders, traders, and yes, warriors. Emerging from Scandinavia around the late 8th century, they set sail across Europe, reaching as far as North Africa and even North America. Their longships were marvels of engineering, able to cross oceans and navigate shallow rivers alike. This gave them the tactical edge to raid, trade, and settle across vast territories, from Ireland to the steppes of Russia. But they didn't just pillage, they built towns, governed land, and left a cultural legacy still alive in parts of England, France, and beyond. Leif Erikson, the true discoverer of America? Centuries before Columbus, there was Leif Erikson, the son of Eric the Red. Born in Iceland around 970 CE, Leif was raised on tales of ice-covered Greenland and uncharted lands across the Atlantic. By 1000 CE, Leif set sail westward, and landed in a mysterious place the Norse called Vinland, modern-day Newfoundland in Canada. He and his crew built temporary settlements, interacted with native peoples, and explored the lush coasts of North America. So why isn't this common knowledge? Simple. Leif's voyages didn't lead to colonization or widespread European awareness. Still, in the sagas of the Norse, he is remembered as Leif the Lucky, the man who reached a new world centuries ahead of history books. Norse mythology, gods, fate, and the end of the world. Norse mythology isn't just a collection of stories, it was the belief system that shaped Viking life. At the center stands Odin, the Allfather, who sacrificed his eye for knowledge. Then there's Thor, god of thunder, protector of mankind, wielding the mighty hammer Mjolnir. And Loki, the trickster god, chaos incarnate. Their universe was divided into realms: Asgard, home of the gods; Midgard, the world of humans; Helheim, the realm of the dead, and it all ends in Ragnarok, a catastrophic battle where gods perish, the world burns, and life begins anew. These myths inspired courage, destiny, and the Viking code of honor. The Germanic tribes and rise of Arminius. Now let's shift south, to the Germanic tribes of the early 1st century. In 9 CE, a chieftain named Arminius would change the fate of Europe. A former Roman officer, Arminius knew their tactics, and betrayed Rome to unite scattered tribes. He led a massive ambush in the Teutoburg Forest, annihilating 3 Roman legions. It was one of the worst defeats in Roman history. The message was clear: Germania would not be conquered. This victory not only halted Roman expansion, it planted the seeds for a unified Germanic identity. Centuries later, Arminius would be remembered as Hermann the Liberator, a national hero of Germany. Prelude to the 30 Years' War. Fast forward to the 17th century. Europe is fragmented. The Holy Roman Empire, a loose patchwork of states and religions, stands on the brink of collapse. Catholics versus Protestants. Princes versus emperors. Faith versus power. One small spark would ignite a continent-wide inferno. In 1618, Protestant nobles in Bohemia tossed 2 Catholic officials out a window in what became known as the Defenestration of Prague. It was the match that lit a 30-year fire. The 30 Years' War, Europe's apocalypse. What followed was hell on earth. Fought from 1618 to 1648, the 30 Years' War involved Spain, France, Sweden, the Habsburg Empire, and countless smaller states. Battles were fought over religion, but also ambition. Entire towns were wiped out. Fields burned. Populations decimated. It's estimated that over 8 million people died, many from famine and disease rather than combat. For Germany, the war was a catastrophe. Entire regions were depopulated. The countryside was ruined. This was not just war, it was a collapse of civilization. The Peace of Westphalia, birth of the modern state in 1648, peace finally came through diplomacy, not battle. The Peace of Westphalia redrew the map of Europe and introduced a revolutionary idea: that nations should have sovereignty over their own affairs. No more foreign rulers forcing religion or laws. It laid the foundation for the modern nation-state, for diplomacy, and for international law. Germany, though devastated, would eventually rebuild. Why this history still mattered. From Viking exploration to German resilience, this history isn't just about the past, it echoes today. Leif Erikson reminds us to seek the unknown. Norse mythology teaches courage in the face of fate. Arminius proves even empires can fall to unity and strategy. And the 30 Years' War warns of what happens when belief and power collide. History doesn't just repeat, it teaches. If we listen. History is not a dead story, it's a living force shaping our world. The courage of the Vikings, the fire of Germanic resistance, the devastation of war. These are not just tales. They are warnings. They are lessons. They are blueprints. And at Decoding History and Science, we don't just tell stories. We uncover the truth buried beneath the dust of time. So if you're ready to question what you thought you knew, to journey deeper into the lost, the forbidden, and the forgotten, then subscribe now. Join our community of seekers. Hit the like button, share this video, and drop a comment below, because every question you ask pushes history one step closer to being understood. This is Decoding History and Science. And we're just getting started.